Jeff Sessions is the Attorney General of the United States, but before he was Attorney General, he was also a very long-serving United States Senator from Alabama. And what happened in the last 24 hours kind of all goes back to a January 10th confirmation hearing he had before the Senate Judiciary Committee in order to be confirmed as Attorney General for Donald Trump.
If there is any evidence...
In that hearing, he was asked if he knew of any affiliates of the Trump campaign that had had any contacts with Russian officials. And he said no.
And I did not have communications with the Russians, and I'm unable to comment on it.
But then, as a Washington Post investigation found this week, he had met with the Russian ambassador once in July in passing, and then once in his office in September, which was kind of the heat of the campaign. And at that point, we were already starting to hear allegations of Russians trying to meddle in the 2016 election.
And my staff recommended recusal.
The fervor around it rose to such a fever pitch today that in the late afternoon, Sessions decided to call a press conference of his own, and he said he was going to recuse himself from anything that goes through the Justice Department that has anything to do with the Trump campaign, where there's any involvement.
Therefore, I have recused myself in the matters that deal with the Trump campaign.
Now, Republicans are satisfied. That might even be going too far, because many of them said he didn't need to resign, including the president. The president said he had total confidence in Sessions and that he didn't think he needed to recuse himself.
Mr. President, do you still have confidence in the Attorney General? Total.
So Democrats, however, aren't satisfied. For the Democrats that wanted him to resign as Attorney General, it's about the lying. And they're saying that they don't believe that he was telling the truth under oath. Now, of course, others, including Sessions, are saying he did not lie, but that's one dispute there. For most Democrats, though, it's also about who takes over these investigations next. So right now, at least for the time being, it's going to the Deputy Attorney General, Dana Bente. And then the remaining question is he even going to be in charge long term? Because eventually they will end up confirming an actual non-acting Deputy Attorney General, and then does he end up taking over the investigation? Democrats just don't want to deal with all of that, and they don't want to deal with, the questions of, is somebody who Trump appointed going to also be answering to him? Could he also be fired by him? We need to have more stability. They want a special prosecutor, somebody who's independent, somebody who's outside to run this investigation, and that's all they'll be satisfied with. So they're saying even the recusal, not good enough.